Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another Ashton cast, and today we are having a look at a Ksante game played by Mr. Heidi on the Bushy. He is back in the Korean server and he is back on top, and he will be playing Ksante in the mid lane, and he will be playing him with Conqueror, Triumph, Legend, Tenacity, Last Stand, Second Wind, Overgrowth, Attack Speed, Magic Resist. I kind of want to talk about this a little bit. So Second Wind in general, in combination with the Doran's Ring, you see this a lot with champions like Garen in the mid lane, and Set and Shogath, and I mean to a lesser extent, so things like Galio as well. You see these people play Second Wind Overgrowth as a little bit of as the rune choice for quite a bit of sustain and a little bit of an opening. And then also a certain point in the game, these champions become kind of immovable for normal mages. And they're obviously great versus assassins, so they can achieve a lot of favorable matchups here in the mid lane. So I kind of wanted to just give that, let's say, as a bonus, as some bonus information. If you like the new style that I'm casting, feel free to tell me in the comments or drop a subscription, as that would mean quite a bit for me, as I'm kind of still trying to find my sure footing here with the recording, and how much detail I want to go into, and what you want to talk about, and how much entertainment versus educational information I should present. So yeah, we'll try to figure out how exactly we can balance all of this. For now, we're heading down into the mid lane again with the Doran's Ring, and he is with the Doran's Shield, and he is facing off against, that's goddamn right, he's facing off against a Sylas. This is also on the new patch, so you see the jungle items here on Talia and the Lee Sin. We're going to dive a little bit into the whole jungle situation in the next coming week, so expect a lot of jungle gameplay, and we'll just do, let's say, events like Ksante in the mid lane. We'll just kind of cast these events, but the rest will be a lot of other stuff. So, notable that he is running Conqueror here, by the way. Ksante, usually played in a more tanky setup. This is a more brawly type build, so we'll see how exactly that is going to work out. So far, he has been able to manage to get a, sizable lead here in the lane. But Sylas obviously will become quite strong in, just a little bit. Once he acquires his level 3, that is a big power spike for the Sylas. As, the traits are starting to be a little unfortunate. Alright, Faker needs to try to get level 3 first. He is going to get that. Alright, knocks Sylas into himself, but he does not go for the auto attack here. Why did he not go for the auto attack there? To punish his Q. He could have went for that, but he would have taken a whole lot of minion aggro, also lost a minion, so he decided the Q would be enough, and he is now, above half HP. He has built a very tiny but sizable, a tiny CS lead but sizable lane lead is what I wanted to say, because he does have quite a bit more mana than the Sylas, which is very good. We do like that for ourselves. Yeah, beautiful punish. Sylas will have to head out. The second Q coming out will hit the minions, which means Faker is going to try to push this wave in here. Now this tank, he is not the fastest at pushing. So Sylas exactly will be able to teleport back and grab most of this wave. Teleport and Ghost also available here for Ksante. Sylas even going for a little bit of a spicy freeze. Yeah, keeping Faker in the lane here. Immediately the Sin follows that up with a gank. Will miss the Q. And the Ghost on Ksante Did get him out of this situation. Alright, flash by the Sylas. He will not be knocked over. And now we have a slowed hide on bush. Yeah, he will go down to the Lee Sin. And will the two red... Ooh. Oh, this is Lee Sin going down though. So it is a 1-for-1 in the end. Heimerdinger will probably not be able to make that work. As yeah, Heimerdinger... Actually, never mind, yeah. He did manage to pick up a kill. Well, the virus actually, that is. So I would say this, however this situation unfolded, it actually still is a pretty big win. Here for the blue team. It really shouldn't have been and really didn't look like it, but the fact that Varus was able to pick up a kill there. And also the lane state is so favorable. It actually all kind of worked out, even though it was a rather unfortunate situation. Talia missing her stun, and also the kind of randomness of Sylas just like E-flashing onto the Ksante. But it is what it is. And yeah, lane state was great. So now it is 40 to 25 CS, which is rather unfortunate. However, the Lee Sin and the Sylas, they do like to brawl, and now Lee Sin is 3-1-2, so that's going to be quite scary. So we'll see how exactly that is going to work out, but that is definitely something to keep in mind here if you are hide on bush. All right, the ultimate is coming out. The cannon minion will be missed. Q not connecting, and now what do, right? That's the curse of mid lane. You really can't you can't do a whole lot. I would say, okay, that is a favorable trade for sure. Not a lot of mana available here for Ksante, so we are probably looking to push in this wave and get the hell out before Sylas goes for the what you can do, I can do better. Alright. Moving into place a control ward, get some safe vision, and Sylas is doing his best to kind of counter push a little bit here, but not quite enough. Yeah, the E will connect. The Lee Sin kick absolutely griefing it, and well, Faker should not have been able to get out of there. And thank you very much, Lee Sin. Now he is able to. He will also be able to get back into lane without missing a lot of CS. And he's running Sheen. Very interesting. Okay, so what could this Sheen be leading into? I'm not a whole... I'm not sure. Is it actually going to be a Divine Sunder? Maybe. I don't know the new build paths. So it is totally possible that it is also a new tanky item. We'll see about that, I guess. I'm very intrigued. I like this brawly Ksante build. I actually like it. Sounds great, but I'm a little bit afraid of the fact that it will be just like missing some steam, I guess. But yeah, we'll see. Obviously, you saw how little he was able to do to Sylas actual while running him down, just because, yeah, I mean, you know, you're just, yeah, it's Ksante needs a long lane, you know. You're not an assassin, so. All right, he does win the slow brawl though, which is very interesting. If he was running grasp, he would be winning even harder, by the way. All right, Sylas definitely, yeah, definitely in a favorable trade here. But surprisingly enough, Ksante is holding up pretty decently. Yeah. Definitely not too bad. I'll say a little bit better than I was expecting. We're trying to set up a little bit of a bait here for the Talia. However, Talia has decided to actually look at bot lane. I mean, why would you gank a tank? Kind of a questionable thing to do, right? Unless you really need to get the money. And that's just a solo kill, just like that. I was not... Listen, guys, I did not see this coming. Yeah, so this is just the strength of Conqueror, right? He is just setting up the Conqueror and just connecting with him. And oh, actually stops the blast cone, and he will pick up a kill onto the Blitzcrank as well. Well, that was interesting. Okay. All right. Faker already mastered Ksante. Perfect. Nice. No, but honestly, the Ksante with Conqueror. Yeah, I mean, it turns out we were all building him wrong, hey? It definitely seems to make a lot of sense in this brawly type matchup with the Sylas. He definitely seems to go for not so much a tank, but more of a Juggernaut type setup. So that's going to be interesting, because then we would have a Juggernaut that has dashes. Which is an interesting concept to... Yeah, that's interesting. Okay, so it is... Okay, so the Sheen builds into a Frozen Gauntlet. I actually don't know how they changed the stats. I would assume they changed the stats around quite a bit as well. But obviously, that is definitely going to be a sick item on him. Get that, well, kind of tank Trinity Force, right? Alright, Q, double Q onto the wave will clear it at this point. You also see the more advanced pings coming out, which is great. I'm a big fan of that, and we will see. Let's see, so what are we doing, Sylas, huh? Ah, Q doesn't connect. Actually, interesting that Sylas isn't really interested in picking a fight here. I would have expected someone to be hovering him at this point. But apparently not. Alright, clearing out some vision. This is the classical dance in the mid lane, right? Is at a certain point you just kind of shove out the wave, and if the enemy respects you enough, you don't really get to fight them. Maybe there isn't a roaming opening, right? So you did already walk into the river to potentially be able to roam. Potentially be able to interfere a little bit. And then why not just place a ward there? You know, why not just get some information? So Ksante actually, by the way, he's pretty strong in the jungle in specifically this situation with his ultimate. So we'll see what exactly ends up happening here. As Faker would just move in. And I would not be surprised if he manages to pick up a kill onto the Lee Sin here. Yeah. This is looking very good. Let's see if he can take down Camille. He should be able to be honest, yeah. Does not flash, as he does have Ghost. But now it is the Sylas. We'll have to fight him. Sylas, definitely, yeah, doing a decent job, but... Obviously, Sylas does not go all out after using the ultimate, so the benefit is quite a bit less. And yeah, just like that, Faker picks up 2 kills. Very basic, this one. But we've already had a very hype kill earlier. So, I mean, as hype as Ksante kills can be, you know. He's running at you. He's killing you. It's not that complicated. However... Still, some fancy play. Oh, we'll see. Ooh, what is this item that I see here? This item previously was, I think only a mythic only component or something. I think it was only a mythic component. Yeah, so I'm definitely looking forward to what this could be. Pre-season items and builds are going to be very interesting. I'm looking forward to my Kiana though. That is going to be great. Kiana jungle now definitely going to be much more reliable. Alright. Well, you're just dead. Goodbye, Jhin. No Gale Force. Ooh, so let's see this. Yeah, okay, so it is a 2-level difference as well, plus a red buff, which makes this rather unfair. And he is still, yeah, so, I mean, he was still kind of struggling with Silas. So, I would say it's actually not nearly as... Yeah, I don't know. That is pretty, it is. He is pretty ridiculous once he starts to go all out. That's really the point where it all begins, yeah. It's very interesting. It's very, very interesting. He's kind of a 2-mode champion with that. Alright, the slow. Hook will be missed. He also did use his shield though, his kind of Braum E charge forward type of shield bash. Attack. Or shield charge, I guess. 123 CS, so we're definitely the richest person in the room right now, being 6-1 and 2. Very interesting. Okay, well now Lee Sin is by far the richest. In comparison to Lee Sin though, Ksante will have potentially more impact on the team fights, right? Alright, so it was a Gargoyle Stone Plate. Yeah, this was part of the build before as well. So it was not a mythic only component. It's very interesting to go for the that he would go for the Stone Plate though. It will, I suppose, will give him a lot of survivability, but he also seems to me like a champion that likes to deal damage. So I don't know how much fun Stone Plate is going to be, but obviously versus something like the Lee Sin and the Silas. And also the Jhin you probably wanted anyway. Alright, he is going all out and he will pick up a kill onto the Silas. Actually quite a bit of damage there with his last Conqueror fully stacked. All out auto attack. Not too terrible. As we will deal a little bit of damage to the tower. Nothing really that crazy. Let's see what the shove does. Well, the Qs are better. I mean, the Qs are kind of spammable, I guess, but he will definitely not get any award anytime soon. Alright, knocks him back and then he carries him through the minions. Did not get out of turret range there, but I can appreciate the comp. He also has his Gargoyle Stone Plate still available, so he has nothing to be afraid of at all. Yeah, Lee Sin is like the one scary thing here, and Ksante not really that crazy at locking down something like Lee Sin. He can obviously run at him, but it's still not... Yeah. He is not a set who can just constantly mess with Lee Sin. Excuse me. It is rather late. Alright. So... let's have a look at this fight. So Lee Sin should be a formidable foe, especially with quite a bit of healing here on the Conqueror and the Tiamat. And we... what a ridiculous fight this is, by the way. Alright, so 1v3 surely. Faker can't really do anything. As well, he will go all out and he will knock up Camille. And he will threaten her as the enemy team plays a little bit of switcheroo onto hide on bush here. And he will eventually be taken out, but not before forcing, what was it, 2 ultimates and a flash out of the enemy team. Very decent ultimate to separate the Camille there. Unfortunately, it is a Camille. But, you know. Not too terrible. Let's see what we end up doing once we are back on the map. So we're heading to the top lane to stop Camille from pushing in and setting up a free flank while our team is busy posturing in the middle of the map. Alright, picks up the farm. Actually, some very, very interesting... Ooh, Lee Sin. picking up a double, giving some over to Camille as well. As it appears that top jungle seem to be having a little bit of an issue in this current game. So let's see if Faker is able or will be able to carry this. I kind of doubt it because Ksante is Ksante. He is not a champion that... I don't know. In my mind, Ksante is not a champion that single-handedly wins games. I think he's more of a champion that does really well with his team and can definitely make plays and stuff, but you know, it's not a Master Yi that just like kind of goes out of control and kills everything. So we don't have to be too scared of that. Decent Weaver's Wall coming out. That is Camille probably going down the way it looks. He has quite a bit of farm ahead of the Silas. So that, I think, is an absolute plus. As a great position to be in. Silas also kind of happy to drop CS in the early game. But then during the mid game, you can really feel if you didn't CS correctly. Also, we see the Spear of Sojin coming out of Lee Sin. Ooh, pulls the Silas into the tower range, but Silas flash will keep him safe for now. And now, what did we commit to? Yeah, the ultimate into his own team. Lee Sin did a very good job there, and Faker just went down. Dragon is being acquired by the blue team. And even though this is a pretty big advantage here for the red team, blue team did get a counter objective, so it's not terrible. It's just not very good. Very interesting. Very interesting, this whole jungle situation. Obviously, Talia going for Luden's Echo with Morellonomicon. I don't know about that build. There's one kill picked up, but yeah, hide on bush. Don't be so aggressive, Mr. Faker. He will sidestep the Jin W, but let's be honest, there's not much he can do. Yeah, as he will go down. And he is just dropping together with his team. Doesn't seem to have that much input. Even though, and this is exactly what I was talking about, right? He is doing a solid job. He is doing pretty good. He's pretty strong, but like if you compare that to Galio, who has potentially the ability to CC 5 people at once, and it's not like some super unrealistic objective. It's like it's definitely something that can happen, right, in a game. So if you compare that to the Galio or the set for that matter, right? The set where he kind of just runs around, suplexes you into your turret and just kind of locks you down and kills you. Yeah, sure. I would probably take that over Ksante. And the cool thing that Ksante has going for himself here is the ability to use go all out, right? And kind of have that like creative change in playstyle. But also to have a tank that is more selfish than most tanks. Because I think most tanks are very, very... well, a decent part of their identity, let's put it that way, is the fact that they enable other champions, right? Ksante feels a little bit more standalone when it comes to that, so I kind of like that. Absolutely not the optimal build by Talia here, I can tell you that much. So we are looking for the Jin. I think Faker entered. Yeah, that is absolutely an int. Man, this game is not looking... yeah, this game is not looking very good. Faker and his team better get their fucking stride on, dude. Oh, this is going to be very, very difficult. Right, Varus ultimate acquired by the Silas, actually quite valuable. Quite a lot of potential. As the Silas ultimate will go wide. A little bit of poke coming out of the Talia, but Talia really does not do a lot of damage. Meanwhile, Camille will be split pushing in. I don't know if Talia can even survive and tangle with the Camille so far. It would look like such, as the ultimate will pick up Camille. Camille did have to use a flash though, but it was in trade for the Varus ultimate as well. And of course, a kill picked up onto Talia once more. Heimerdinger ultimate picked up by Silas, didn't really give any value. As this Varus going down. And Faker going all out. And he looks mighty scary. But Camille, very, very good against champions like him, obviously, with the true damage. She does connect with it, and she does do quite a bit of damages. Lee Sin still chasing the Heimerdinger. Alright, beautiful flash Q will connect with Heimerdinger and take him down as well. That is one inhibitor gone, and I will be honest, I am kind of expecting the surrender here out of the blue team. So in hindsight, I would say no, this build definitely doesn't seem as strong as the tank build, but I think we'll have to investigate this a little bit more, as he did not have a very even playing field here. So we'll see, because a lot of the times he was like 1 versus 3 or 4 people. And so obviously that is not optimal. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Goodbye and stay awesome.